Hi, Michael Keil here. Today I'm at Royal Perth Golf Course and I'm with Brett Rumford, also known as Rummy. Brett's a pro golfer and he was also this year's Super 6 winner at Karrinyup. Brett, thanks for your time.
Yeah, cheers, Michael.
No
Thanks,
problems.
buddy.
So Brett, you and I have got a bit in common. You're a Vic Park boy like myself.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about where you grew up.
I grew up at 127 Swansea Street, Mike, so fond memories of East Vic Park, schooled at East Victoria Park Primary School and then went on to Kent Street Senior High School. So, but yeah, that's basically I lived in East Vic Park right the way up until maybe early 2000s, moved out around about then and yeah, look, I got a lot of fond memories from East Vic Park and still do. My brother's still living in East Vic Park, so that place has changed a lot.
It has. It's good to see Vic Park boy doing well, mate. So
yeah. Cheers, mate.
Great work. So Brett, what got you involved in golf, and what age did you pick up the golf club?
Yeah, look, Mike, there was no prehistory of golf in the family. We all started at the same time. Dad had a work function at Kwinana Golf Club, so we started from there. But my biggest influence, and probably still is today, is, I mean, my father's definitely has been a tremendous influence on my game, but my brother, who's 4 years older than me, in the earlier days, you know, I got introduced to the game at about 8, so I looked up to my older brother, 4 years older. I just wanted to hang out with my brother and just do everything that he did, and he actually got the bug before me, so I basically just tagged along on holidays, and it sort of just evolved from there, and then I got a thirst for it. Maybe when I was around about 10, started playing competitively, so I was playing football for East Vic Park and then cricket, and then golf was introduced. So pretty much it was around about 13, 14 when I dropped the two other disciplines, and then golf was just basically just a full-time focus for me at that stage.
Beautiful. And what stage along the journey did you think that you could become a professional and make money through golf?
Look, it was pretty early, honestly. Ever since I was kind of introduced to the game, I fell in love with it, and then maybe around about 11, 12, I fell in love with the competitive side. I loved the fact that it was an individual sport. I played obviously cricket and football, and you'd go and have a blinding game but lose, and then you had that conflicting sort of, you know, disappointment where you've actually played well, you kicked a lot of goals, or you've scored a lot of runs but you've come off with a loss, and vice versa. So with golf, I found that you took the onus a little bit more, and I think as well is that the harder I worked, I saw the results as well, and it's a challenging game, it's an addictive game. And it kind of suits my personality, where I'm just, I like my own space a little bit as well. So I can go out there and just do, you know, when I was younger, I practiced a lot. So, but I kind of enjoyed that as well. I got a real buzz out of it and got a real lift and a lot of energy out of a productive day's work. But that was just in my nature. So through that work ethic and maybe just always just wanting to play the game at the highest level and just better myself. There was no particular point, but I just knew I wanted to do this for a job and for the rest of my life.
No, brilliant. It's very good when you know what you want to do and you go and achieve it, mate, like you have. So what age were you technically professional?
I was 22 years of age,
wow.
Technically. January 1, 2000. So I won a professional event as an amateur, which gave us a 5-year exemption on the Australasian Tour. So I took that exemption and turned pro January 1, 2000. So, and the rest, I can remember in my first year out, I went across to Europe and had some invites, and I played with a gentleman over. He was a seasoned veteran, Philip Price, and he'd been out there for 10 years. And I asked him at the Trophy Lancome, how long have you been out here for? And he said, you know, 10 years. And I can remember thinking, wow. You know, as an aspiring pro, it's just the competition is so great out there, so fierce that even just retaining your card for a year or two, you never know how your career is going to evolve or how suddenly it can end. So I thought 10 years would be some achievement, and it really is. But now it's nearly 18 years on, and yeah, I'm still going at it. So it's I've been fairly blessed, obviously injury-free, pretty much. And yeah, and I've obviously just had the work ethic and the fortunate. Sort of the lucks have gone my way at times, and yeah, but yeah, fortunate to still be out there.
Beautiful. So 18 years as a pro golfer. Now, mate, 2018 is going to be a massive year for you. I just feel it myself. Right. Tell us what 2018 looks like as a pro golfer for you.
Well, I'm excited for 2018. This year was just, you know, it was just a bit all over the place. I won early, which was great. I won the Order of Merit at the end of the year on the Australasian Tour as well. So capping off that, it's rounded out a fairly decent year for myself. Can't be too hard on myself or disappointed with it. Had a little bit of a flat spot through the middle, but outside of that, I'm really excited for 2018 for winning the Order of Merit. Brings some World Golf Championships and also the Open Championship. So I've got some really big tournaments lined up next year that can sort of springboard me to greater success, and obviously mapping out my year with winner's exemption after winning earlier in the year is a huge bonus as well. So I've got a real good focus and an intent on just getting a solid team around me. I'm just working on that at the moment. So just trying to reshuffle a few things around and just trying to get my team straight for next year, and obviously just try and hit the ground running as fast as I can.
Yeah, beautiful. And with next year, so how many tournaments would you compete in that you sort of know of at this stage, and how many days are you on the road, traveling from, and how many countries will you visit?
Yeah, well, pretty much every year. My limit's around about 32 tournaments in the year, so I'll have 20 weeks off, but they're fairly sporadic. So I'll have 4 weeks over Christmas, 5 weeks. They're generally thereabouts through March, April. There's about another 3-4 there, but they're my only 2 windows of breaks. And then the rest is just pretty much consumed with pretty much 3 weeks on, week off, 2 on, 2 off, 5 on. And that's my schedule. So play around about 30 different countries over the year. So I think there's to 29. So there's, and when I say that, we're still traveling within the UK. But if we take the mainland UK as the one country, then we've got 3 tournaments within that. So, but there's still, we never go back to back, unfortunately, in the same country. So you could still deem it to be that I travel 32 events a year in different continents and countries all over the world. So the first half is generally the hardest, where it's snowed under in Europe, and it is a European season in which through the summer we go back and play from May through to November, and then the rest is basically made up of tournaments in Malaysia, here in Australia, South Africa, the Middle East, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Qatar, and then we move into sort of Madeira, Morocco in the early parts. China as well, so we're sort of all over the place, but it's a hectic schedule, a lot of travel.
Mate, that's amazing travel that you do there, Brett, and to stay so fit and disciplined, it's amazing. For any young person watching this that wants to be a pro at golf or in any sport or industry, what sort of advice could you give them that's helped you maintain 18 years as a professional in this industry?
Well, I think you really got to find what you're good at. You got to identify that, and then 2, you really got to have a passion for what you're good at. It's a fairly good ingredient if you've got those 2 aspects. And you got to be fairly fortunate to be able to find that in life. But beyond that, it's just the mental attributes, I think, that go behind the success of any individual, and it becomes more of a feeling rather than a thought. So, and the drive's got to come from within. You really got to want it. Once you've got the passion and you've found that love, you've really got a hunger for it. And without the hunger, then you can goal set and all the rest, but you don't really need the goal setting as much as what you need the hunger. So you'll find your way. If you're hungry enough for it and you want it, you move heaven and earth for it. And the sacrifices that I've made in time, I've been fairly blinded by it all. Birthdays, you name it, everything, Australia Day. All these little things, these moments in time that you just want to just celebrate with your mates. It's the sacrifices that you make early that accumulate over time that brings the rewards at the end of the day. But without the sacrifice, without the patience, and just the tenacity, I think, as well, to be able to go out there and just commit to something, even though the results aren't showing, or if you're getting more setbacks than what you are, any sort of forward momentum, then if you've got the love and passion for it, that will keep you driving for it. So, and fortunately enough, I've that's kind of like, not so much in a nutshell, but to sort of give any advice, I think it's a difficult one, and I don't want to sort of discourage anyone that doesn't find that love or doesn't find that vacation in life, but you can still be highly successful at hating what you do. And I know Andre Agassi, read Andre Agassi's biography. I mean, that's an amazing read for anyone that's out there. That's the flip side of how much he hated the game and the sport, yet still excelled. So, but there's a lot of things that he did right on the other side of the coin. Obviously, he didn't hate it that much, but he was obviously doing a lot of the things key to success, the elements that obviously made him the player in which he made. So, but for me, that's kind of where I stand, and that's sort of my fortunate sort of position that I've been in through my life. So, and it's kind of like a common thread and trend that I've seen, you know, with the highly successful people that I've met in my time as well.
Beautiful. So, Brett's advice is find something that you're passionate about, and then really put everything into it. Have the hunger. Without the hunger, there's not the drive, and it's hard to succeed if you're not fully passionate about something. And then obviously there's a lot of discipline attached to that as well.
Definitely.
Brett's made a lot of sacrifices to be at the top of his game, and it's really good to see a Vic Park boy,
Cheers, Mike.
succeeding, buddy. So
thank
you again for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks,
and
mate.
all the best for 2018.
Thank you.
And let's hope Brett can win the Super 6 at Karrinyup in March this year. Is that right?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed today, and bye for now.